Hello, all you lovely computer scientists. So, when you're working in Python, you might have many variables of a different data type, the one you are desiring. You might have a string, but you intend to minus some of the numbers inside the string, or things like that. We can use a thing called data casting. Here's how. So, when working with data types in Python, you might have a data type that's not the type you want. So you might have a string of 4. You don't want it to be a string, you want it to be an integer. Or you might have an integer of 4.5. You don't want it to be an integer, you want it to be a float. No, other way around. Integer of 4 wants to be a float. Or float of 4.5. You want it to be an integer. You can transfer between, as long as they are correct. So if we do int, which stands for integer, and put our string, it does return 4, because it turns it into the integer. And we can minus an integer amount. As you can see, we get 2 because it is now an integer. And we can do the same with float. Now we get 4.0, and we can still minus for integer and float amounts, such as 3. Now we get 1. So integer and float both work on a string. Obviously. String can also be put into anything else. So integer as you can see, our integer of 4 is now going to be a string. 4. Nothing else really. So that means we cannot minus things now. Put -2, it is now a string. The string also works for the floats. As you can see, it will return 4.5. That's 4.5 as a string, not 4.5 as a float. As you'll see, we can't -2 because it is a string. And you can convert floats and integers between each other. If an integers can always be converted to floats. Because the float will just make it into a real number with a decimal place. So it will just return 4.0, as you can see. And vice versa. You can make an integer out of a float. But what it does is it will truncate the end. Which means that you will get only the stuff that is before the decimal point. 4. Doesn't matter if we put 4.5, 8, 9, 6, 7, 5, 6, 4, 5, 1. Doesn't matter. You will still only ever get the original value past left of the decimal point. Could be 9. Could be 65. It will just truncate it and completely eliminate every single thing right of the decimal point if you convert a float to an integer. Even if it is a 0.0, you'll get the exact same output. Just truncates it. Thank you all very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And please comment especially because I like learning how you learn, and it helps me make better videos which are more educational and more concise.